Hey everybody, Escape211 here, and today we are actually on a new account I've had only for a couple days to show you a couple cool things. Obviously, all of you have probably seen this daily reward section that they got now with this new pilot, Acantha, or Acantha, I think that's how you say it. Very, very cool. This is filling a gap we've had for a while for an assault pilot, assault epic pilot. Not something that everybody needs, of course, but very cool that you get it as a 7-day reward for free. I would also love it if they filled in a couple more gaps, namely for the barrage and the heavy-duty pilots, the rares. Not like a super big gap, but one that if they filled it, and then of course adding more legendaries would be amazing, but very, very cool that they're doing this. The other big thing over here is this PvE mode, and that is why I'm on a new account. Only new accounts are getting this right now, all right? So if you want to try it, you'd have to get a new account. It's in A/B testing, kind of like how they did with the Gear Hub and ads and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to play some of the footage that I had of this recently, and then talk generally about this mode. This is generally a wave-based like challenge, right? You're going to fight waves of enemies. They're not all that hard, at least in the early stages. I'm assuming, depending on how you change either weapons, loadouts, maps, all that, can make it harder, easier, all that kind of stuff. Again, I've only played a couple of these levels because there's higher requirements for other stuff to get based on A coins to be able to play them. So I haven't really done any of that. I do think that the idea of this is interesting, but when they first talked about this in the dev talk, they talked about a lot of different ideas. One of them was like a puzzle mode, so I'm guessing this is kind of the puzzle mode, but it's more of just like a wave-based survival mode. So I don't really consider it puzzle, but they also talked about how this could expand and change. Obviously, this is A/B testing. This could be phase 1 or just a testing phase before phase 1. We don't really know entirely. So there's just a lot of potential for what this game or what this mode could be. I do love the fact that you use this specific Ares skin, and it looks like your enemies also have their own skin. So if they add some unique skin sets, like this one for Ares is really cool, that has the shield, like that has a different effect on it. So if they start having skins, like limited skins that have different effects on them, I am totally on board with that. I've always loved the idea of added effects to cosmetics and other things that will add to it. I also think there would be a huge benefit to adding some lore to this. They talked about it before, but even if they just did like a little paragraph for each of the waves before you started that talked about it, and then it had different pilots. Like if I was using the major pilot right now and the enemy, like the last guy, was using Archangel, it would create some of that rivalry that they've added into the lore very nicely. So I think there's just, again, so much potential for this mode. I do hope it's something that starts to expand, because right now it seems really basic. And, you know, some things are too heavy on the requirements, and the actual rewards don't seem worth the time investment to it directly. But yeah, if we had co-op mode or boss mode or other kind of stuff that we've heard hints of a long time ago, would be very interesting to see, but we'll have to see all that pans out. Alright, so I played the first 2 rounds, and you'll see that as I get to the third one, it needs the Gauss 6. You can go to the shop that they have up here, and you can directly buy it, but I mean, I don't think anybody should be spending money to complete this kind of thing. So that's a bummer that you already have to get this item. I can actually go into the Gear Hub, because I'm already on tier 3, and I can get it. I can't exactly remember how much it cost, if it was like 400 or 500 A coins. So I'm going to peek at that. All right, so it's almost 700 A coins. Definitely too expensive for an item like this that you're going to have very limited usage on. And then if we keep going and check the other stuff. So if we go to the fourth one, Shotgun 4 is not bad. We definitely have those. The Jav 6s don't have, but it's worth getting those. Rocket Mortar 8, not great. Another like 700 or so A coins. Pulse Cannon 8 is a good one. I wonder if I need to star up to use it. And this one is the bad one. Obviously, the rewards are awesome, but getting the Nade 6 for this is terrible. All right, that's way too expensive for the amount of A coins you get. Kind of softens the blow, but it's not really a super useful weapon. All I really want is this skin, because it has that unique looking shield to it. Like, unique animations to skins is something awesome. I love that they're doing that. And this one is okay. I gotta say, this whole thing is generally a mixed bag for me. I like the idea that they're doing this. It seems like they're trying to shotgun approach it, where some things are good for new players, some things are better for, you know, people who've been playing for a little bit longer, but nothing really is anything that you absolutely need to get. But I remember too, this is still in A/B testing, early phases. And I actually think that they may do other things to it. Based on the dev talk, it sounded like there may be other things they play with. Maybe that means co-op mode, maybe that means boss mode, but we have no idea yet. So I don't really know what to expect this. I hope it evolves into something interesting, just because this first touch of it is kind of a mixed bag for me. But you guys can let me know what you think, and we'll see you out there on the battlefield.